Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at the test paper we did last week. So question 1, make t the subject of the formula. So firstly, we're going to expand our bracket. So 2 multiplied by d is 2d. 2 multiplied by minus t is minus 2t. So it's really important we recognize this is minus. It's equals to 4t plus 7. Then we want to make t the subject. So we want to make t on one side of the equation. So I'm going to move our t to the other side. So I have 2d is equals, so plus 2t on both sides. So I will have 6t plus 7. Then subtract 7 on both sides. 2d minus 7 equals 6t. And finally, my t divide by 6 on both sides, so my t is equals to 2d minus 7 over 6. Question 2, we want to solve this equation to find y. So when you say solve, so we're finding the unknown value. Firstly, multiply by 3 on both sides, so I have 16 minus 5y. So multiply by 3 on both sides, so 2 times 3 is 6. Then move the 5y over to the other side, so plus 5y on both sides. So 16 is equals to 6 plus 5y minus 6 on both sides. So I have 10 is equals to 5y. And finally, divide by 5 on both sides. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So your y should equals to 2. Question 3. We're asked to work out this solution and give your answers in standard form. So all we have to do is type this into our calculator. So 6.5 times 10 to the power of 5 multiplied by 3.1 times 10 to the power of 4. You should get answers straight away from your calculator. And this should equals to 2.015 multiplied by 10 to the power of 10. So it's really important when writing in the standard form is so this value a must have to be greater than 0 and it has to be less than 10. Question 4. So we have p equals a over m minus x. And we tell the values of x is 8 to 1 SF. A is 4.6 to 2 SF. M is 20 to nearest 10. And we're asked to calculate the lower bound. So remember to find the lower bound. Because this is a division, to find the smallest number, we need to use the minimum value divided by a max value. So on the top, so all we need to find is the minimum value for a divided by a maximum value. So this is a subtraction on the bottom. So to get a maximum value, we need to have the max, so the largest number, so the max number of m minus the minimum number of x to give us the maximum number on the bottom. So the minimum number for a, so we tell that a is 4.6 to 2 SF. Therefore, the minimum of a must be 4.55. So remember how we do this. So we look at this is number 1, number 2. So it's 2 SF. So and this is to 0.1. So we half it. Half the value is equals to 0.05. if we're finding the maximum, we add 0.05, and if we're finding the minimum, we subtract 0.05. So that's how we got. So 4.6 minus 0.05 is equals to 4.55. Then divided by the max of m. So our m is 20. So I'm just going to. So our m is 20, and it's correct to the nearest 10. So half of 10 is equals to 5. Since we're finding the maximum, so we need to add 5. So 20 plus 5 is 25. So 25. And we minus the minimum of x. So x is 8 to SF. So this is our unit, so it is 1. So half of 1 is equals 0.5. And we're finding the minimum, so we need to use 8 minus 0.5, which is 7.5. All you have to do is type this into your calculator. You should have 0.26 as your answer. Question 5. We told Anna and Leo share 675 in the ratio of 4 to 5. So we need to find out how much did one share worth. So let's have a look. So we have 4 plus 5. So we're splitting 675 into 9 pieces, because we have 4 plus 5 equals to 9. So divide by 9 equals to 75. So we know that one share is $75. And we told that Leo gave 3/5 of his share of money to his mother. How much money does Leo give to his mother? So remember, in ratios, the ratios are written in order. So Anne is 4 and Leo is 5. So if no one part is 75, Leo has 5 parts. So we do 75 multiplied by 5 equals to 375. Then we taught that, remember, the word of means multiply in math. So we use 3/5 multiplied by 375, which is equals to 225. So Leo gives $225 to his mother. Question 6. Expand and simplify. So let's expand the first two brackets. So x times 2x is 2x squared. X multiplied by 3 plus 3x. Minus 2 times 2x is minus 4x. Minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. Then x plus 1. So let's simplify our first bracket. So we have 2x squared plus 3x minus 4x is minus x minus 6 multiplied by x plus 1. Then expand our bracket again. So 2x squared times x equals to 2x cubed. So 2x multiplied by 1 is plus 2x squared minus x multiplied by x is equals to minus x squared minus x multiplied by 1 is minus x. Minus 6 times by x is minus 6x. And finally, minus 6 multiplied by 1 is minus 6. So let's simplify our solution. So we should have 2x cubed. So plus 2x squared minus x squared is plus x squared. minus x minus 6x is minus 7x minus 6. Question 7. Write 2x squared minus 8x plus 9 in the form a bracket x plus b squared plus c. So this means completing the square. So step 1, we're going to factorize the first two terms. So we're going to take 2 outside the square bracket. We have 2x squared minus, so 2 times what gave you 8x minus 4x, then plus 9. Then step 2, we're going to complete the square for what's inside the square bracket part. So we have 2, so bracket, so x, so you halve your minus 4, which is minus 2, bracket squared, minus this term squared, which is 2 squared minus 2 squared is 4, so you need to subtract 4 plus 9. Then you expand your bracket, so 2 multiplied by the bracket is 2 lot of x minus 2 squared. Then 2 times minus 4 is minus 8 plus 9. Then simplify your solution, you should have 2 bracket x minus 2 squared plus 1. Question 8. Solve the simultaneous equation. So we have 4x plus 5y equals 13, 3x minus 2y equals 27. So let's first step 1, and we recognize that the x terms are different and the y terms are also different. So we need to make one of the variables have the same coefficient. So I'm just going to make the x the same. So I have 4 and 3. So this is my equation 1, my equation 2. So I'm going to multiply my equation 1 by 3. So I'll have 3 times 4x is 12x. 3 times 5 is 15y. And then multiply 13 by 3, which give you 39. Then equation 2, you need to multiply by 4. So 3x times 4 is 12x. Minus 2y multiplied by 4 is minus 8y. And 27 multiplied by 4 is 108. So we're going to call this equation 3 and this equation 4. Now we have the same x coefficient. So remember, if it's same sign, we subtract, different sign we add. So we're going to subtract the two equations. Just to make our life easier, I'm just going to use equation 4 subtract equation 3. So I'm just going to copy down my equation 3 below. So subtract, so 12x. So 12x minus 12x is equals to 0. Minus 8y, so minus 8 minus 15 is equals to minus 23y. And this is equals to 108 minus 39 is equals to 69. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 23 minus 23. So I have my y equals minus 3. So remember, this is simultaneous equation, so you will have two solutions. So substitute your y value to one of the original equations. So I'm just going to pick equation 1. So 4x plus 5y, so y we know is minus 3, equals to 13. Then we can solve, so 4x minus 15 equals 13. 4x is equals to plus 15 on both sides, 28. Then divide by 4 on each side. So we have x is equals to 7. So that's our two solutions. So x equals to 7 or y equals to minus 3. Question 9. So we're going to solve and algebraically the simultaneous equation. So we're going to use substitution method. So step 1, we need to rearrange the linear equation. So this one is our linear to make it x equals 1 minus 2y. Then we're going to substitute into our quadratic. So I have 2x is 1 minus 2y squared minus y squared equals to 17. Expand our bracket. So I'm going to have 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. 1 multiplied by minus 2y is minus 2y. Minus 2y multiplied by 1 is minus 2y. Minus 2y multiplied by minus 2y is plus 4y squared. Minus y squared equals to 17. So we're going to simplify what's inside the brackets. So I have 1 minus 4y plus 4y squared minus y squared equals 17. Then expand our bracket. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times minus 4y is minus 8y. 2 times plus 4y squared is plus 8y squared. Minus y squared equals 17. Then I'm going to simplify my equation. So I have 8y squared minus y squared. It's 7y squared minus 8y. Then I have 2. Then I'm going to subtract the 17. Move the 17 onto the other side. So I'll have minus 15. And this is equals to 0. So on here, you can either use your quadratic formula, which is minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a, or you can factorize to find your two values for y. Or you could use completing the square to find your y value. And I prefer to use the quadratic formula. So my a is equals to 7, my b is equals to minus 8, my c is equals to minus 15. So my minus b, so minus minus 8 is 8 plus minus. So minus 8 squared is 64 minus 4 multiplied by a, which is 7, multiplied by minus 15, divided by 2 multiplied by a. Then just type it into your calculators. You should have 8 plus 64 minus 4 times 7 times minus 15 divided by 2 times 7. So one of your solutions should be 15 over 7. Remember, you get two solutions. The other one is minus 1. So now we have our two values for y. We need to substitute into our linear equation here. So we know that when y is equals to, so we know the value of x is equals to 1 minus 2. So we could, when y is 15 over 7, we know x must be 23 over 7. Or we know y is minus 1, so we have x is equals to 1 minus 2 and minus 1. So x is equals to 3. So we have our solutions here. So you have to write. So when y is equals to 15 over 7, x is equals to 23 over 7, or when y is equals to minus 1, x is equals to 3. And the last question, question 10. So a rectangular lung has the length 3x and a width of 2x. So the lung has a path of width of 1 meter, and on 3 of the sides shown in the diagram. So the total area of the lung and the path is 100 and can be shown in here. So we know the total area here is this. So we can find out the value of x. So we can just factorize this. So remember how we can factorize this equation? So it might take a bit longer, but we can always do it. If you're struggling with factorizing, you can use your quadratic equation to find the value of your x. So we have c is minus 98. So we need to find the two numbers to give you minus 98. I'm just going to try 14 and minus 7. And I have the first term is 6. So I could have 3x plus 14, 2x minus 7 equals to 0. Then just solve, so I have 3x plus 14 equals to 0. Or 2x minus 7 equals to 0. Then find your x. So 3x equals minus 14. X equals minus 14 over 3. So that's not the right solution because length cannot be negative. So 2x equals to 7. X equals to 7 over 2, which is 3.5. So we know the value for x is 3.5. And finding out the area, so this is a right angle. So area of a right angle just equals to the width multiplied by the length. So the width is 2x and the length is 3x for the lung. And we know x is 3.5. So 2 times 3.5, 3 times 3.5. Just type into your calculator. You should have 73.5. The final solution is 73.5 meters.